American, that's the way you do it. Money for nothing.
Everything that we've heard from Microsoft over the last last 2 days is about how they want to accelerate faster, better deals, especially in the installed base, your GP, your NAV, and your AX implementations. So what we have here is a strategy that I had taken to build a different type of business, a non-partner business, and I'm not an implementation partner. So everything that I'm going to be showing you today is we need more partner help. That's why we're here today, to share the strategy that we're employing that's speeding up deals and to try to get more partners to help us out. Peter Jekyll, I've got over 30 years in the ERP business, selecting, implementing, and probably the last 10 years helping people fix ERP projects. And I'm here with my partner and friend, Kati Wittfeld. Kati has many years in the Microsoft world, in the partner space, and the ISV space. And so she knows how all of that stuff works together. And she was supposed to help me with this, but chickened out at the last minute. The only thing that we had a problem with for our program is we wanted to come up with a snappy name for it so that everybody would remember it. And so what we do is we use Copilot to come up and ask us, say, hey, can we come up with a great name for this program? So we looked at those, and some of them were cool, but none of them hit exactly what it is that we're trying to get to. So what do you do for inspiration when you're my age? Yeah, go to 80s rock. Okay, Dire Straits, one of their number one hit was Money for Nothing. So that was my inspiration, and the name of our program is Money for Nothing. So the foundation of what we're doing is based on something called Guide 365. There's probably a lot of folks in the audience that know what Guide 365 is from a company by the name of Seer. And what it is, very quickly, is a cloud-based program that allows you to very quickly and efficiently gather requirements. Everybody here familiar with the old SureStep program? 20,000 questions, 6-month engagement gathering requirements. This turns that entire requirements gathering plan on its head by doing requirements quickly, efficiently, cloud-based, and kicking out a tremendous volume of data. It's data-driven, it's unbiased, and it will tell you specifically, based on your business requirements, what kind of a fit you are for BC or FNCM. Well, I was so in love with this program that I planned to take this program and do discover sessions for end users. And doing it for end users so that they could take advantage of all of the data that comes out of the system to make a selection on what product they want to buy. Now, as we were pitching this on roadshow events, one of the things that happened is that partners started approaching me, being very interested in what this did. And what you're about to see on the next couple of slides is basically what happened for me wanting to go out, market to end users directly, to do discover sessions using Guide, and how we are now working with partners, and how we want to add additional partners to work with us on this. So shoot that code if you're interested in talking to us, or see Kati. So this is the platform. I got 2 slides on the platform. When I demo this product, either to a partner or to an end user, it takes me all of 5 to 10 minutes. All of that requirements gathering is replaced by this absolutely beautiful, easy-to-use, web-based tool that customers literally can now take off and do a full requirements. We've had people do it in a week, okay? So those months and weeks, it's completely turned on its head by using this interface. The amount of data that comes out of this system using this simple interface is tremendous. Here's one of my favorite. So I had a company that's currently on a NAV manufacturing company fill out their requirements, and here's their fit versus BC versus FNCM. It tells us what the core functionality fit is, how we can use some additional ISV solutions to, to meet more requirements. And not only that, but they do this in a genius way where it tells you on the requirements that we absolutely positively have to have versus the ones we should have or could have, how all of those requirements match against that level of requirement. Now, there are 3 ways we're working with partners to make money using this. Number 1 is net new. The Discover software was designed to let partners more quickly and efficiently gather requirements, build proposals, and get business in the door. So the traditional standard way of accelerating, standardizing, and differentiating you from competition is the classical way to use this. There's not a single partner in here, in all 3 levels of partners, that can't take great advantage of this tool. Number 1. Number 2. What's number 2? Base. Yes. Everybody in here that's a partner has an installed base. Whether you have 5, 50, 500, 5,000 customers, you do not know what they're doing. What we want to use this tool for, and we found to be very successful, is identifying what I call playing footsie with NetSuite. If you have this installed base, you don't know what they're thinking. You don't know if they're planning to move to another ERP package because they may not know that you have a cloud solution to offer them. And they may be talking to NetSuite or another company to go their direction. So even if they don't use the tool to do one of these requirements study, you can still use the availability of the tool to identify what that customer base is doing, confirm what their plans are so that you can be there at the right time. And the tool adds incredible value to an end user. The value of this, we have found two things. Number 1, what I call a real boring result, where somebody takes this and says, well, we're a perfect match for BC. That was, uneventful. Yes, but it's a perfect insurance policy to make sure that what you're going to do is going to be successful and that you're looking at the right software. Other companies that I've done these analysis for, they start arguing with me. And they're like, look, we researched this. I'm a perfect fit for BC. I have, people I talk to, and I have stuff I Googled. What do you mean it's only a 50% fit? And then when we walk through the difference between, oh, you think you can do this, but let's dig a little bit deeper, they're very grateful that you've taken this level of approach to make sure that, hey, if there's only a 50% fit, what is that other 50% that's missing? Can we fill it in with ISVs, or do we not really need them? So one of the things this does is it drives people into the right product. And now, the money for nothing part. We are continuing to market to do these Discover sessions directly. But again, we're not an implementation partner. Did I mention that I've told several people that if I decide to go back into implementation work to shoot me? Now, I did say just in the leg, but they do have permission to shoot me. So what that means is that we have Discover customers running through the pipeline right now that when they come out the other end, they're going to need a partner to do their implementation work. If I'm not doing it, who in here is going to help me do it? I just need you to scan that code and let's have a conversation. Because right now, at this very moment, I've got a 10-location company going from GP to F and SCM. It's a huge project. I don't have anybody to turn that over to. I've got an enterprise nav distributor that has got incredibly complex requirements from a multi-channel standpoint and from the amount of transaction volume that they have to transact. And this is a huge opportunity for somebody to move from nav and engineer a tremendous solution. I don't have anybody to work on this. So who in here is going to help me? Last right now, I've got a NAV manufacturing company that hasn't decided between BC and FNCM, but I don't have anybody to do the implementation work. So these are kind of the tip of the enterprise on the funnel, but right now, what we have in addition to that is we've got a ton of what I call the kind of generic, more GP to BC work, smaller type of SMB companies. So there is not a single level of that pyramid of partners that can't take advantage of the tool and can't possibly take advantage of talking to us about partnering for implementations.
Everybody, Peter, thank you so much. Great discussion there. Gang, the reason why we wanted Peter to come up and be a guest speaker here in this program is because there's some pretty innovative things here, right? And there's some pretty unique approaches that all of us can actually take in, spend some time, get to know Kati and Peter and some of the gang to see if this makes sense within the context of our practices.
We practiced this morning. Yes.
That's the way you do it.
I got up at 6 to test this.